everyone. You are welcome to my YouTube channel. Still on world problem. We have another problem, but this time around we are not dealing with age-related world problem. We are going to consider the area of a rectangular field. Now we have solution on the question. Solution. We have from the first sentence the width of a rectangular field is 3 meters shorter than the length. That means the width is equal to length minus 3. The width is shorter. Here we are going to represent the length. The length is equal to L. Then the width, which is also known as the breadth, we can represent it with W. What is area? Area is equal to length times width. But from the first sentence, we are told that the width of the rectangular field is 3 meters shorter than the length. That means we are going to have our width to be equal to L minus 3. That is our width. Okay, in meter. Then our length now will still be represented with L. So we have that one length. From this, remember we said area is equal to length times width. That means we are given from the question our area, and we are told that the area is 154. So I have 154 is equal to length, that is L, into L minus 3. The width is now represented with L minus 3 because the width is 3 meters shorter than the length. That means I'm going to have L minus 3. So from here, I can open the bracket and simplify. If I open the bracket, I'm going to have 154 is equal to L square, L times L. Then L times 3, we have 3L. So from there, I'm going to have this L square minus 3L. Then the 54 will move to this side. We have minus 154. Everything is now equal to 0. As you can see, this is now a quadratic equation. This is now a quadratic equation of which we are going to factorize. That means we are going to look for two numbers that you multiply together to get minus 154. And these two numbers that we are talking about, when they are added together, we are going to get minus 3L. How will you get these two numbers that we are talking about? We are going to find the factors of these 154. What can go in 154? 2 can go. 2 in 15 is 7. Remaining 1. In 14 is 7 again. What can go? 7 can go here, 11. Then 11 can go, 1. That means, if you look at it very well, you will notice that we can combine 2 and 7. 154 will give us 14 times 11. Which one is negative? I can make 14 to be 11, while this one is positive. That means the two numbers that we are talking about is minus 14 and plus 11. That means we are now going to replace this minus 3L here. We are going to replace it with this minus 14 and plus 11. That means I'm going to have L square minus 14L plus 11 minus 154. If you do that, you are going to have 154 is now equal to 0. Then we can now pair them together. This one too is 11L. We can now pair them together. If you pair them together, you have L square minus 14L into plus 11L minus 154 is equal to 0. Look for what is common here. If you check very well, you will notice that L is common. You can take it out. L into L square divided by L, we have L, minus 14L divided by L, we have 14. Then what is common here? 11 is common, so we have plus 11 into 11L divided by 11, you have L, minus divided by plus, you have minus. 154 divided by 11, we have 14. is equal to 0. So that will now give us L minus 14 into L plus 11. As in, you pick one of the bracket and you now pick this and this. L plus 11 is equal to 0. This now implies you equate both bracket to 0. So our L now will now be equal to 14 or minus 11. But our length can never be negative. So we are going to ignore the negative value and stick with the positive value. So our L is now equal to 14. Then we need to get the value of our width, because from the question we are asked to find the dimension of the field, and dimension of the fields comprises of the length, comprises of the length and the width, comprises of the length and the width. So therefore we consider equation 1. If you consider equation 1 as in this place where we have our width is equal to L minus 3, this implies our width now will now be 14 minus 3. That means our width now will now be 11. So the dimension of the field now will now be 14 by 11 meter. That this is the length value and this one is the breadth value. We have come to the end of this episode. We will take it up from here next time. Take care.